Greetings, YouTube viewers. My name is David, and I'm the author of most of the videos on Break It Down For Me 101. This morning, I'm going to show you an RGB LED flashlight built from a kit that can be taken out on astronomy editions or campouts and shine any number of color combinations available on the remote, or do flashes in between them, which my son showed off in his video very well. But it is also useful as a teaching tool for anyone interested in how the color palette works of different proportions mixed together of red, green, and blue light, or in electricity itself, how the 1.2 volt cells can be connected in series to provide 12 volts for the lamp. My son did a review on that where he shows off the features of different kinds of light it can shine, so I'll leave that to his video. But I wanted to mention a few things in addition to that. This has a remote control that shines an infrared light out here. It has an infrared extender whose cables have been shortened so that it picks up the receiver here and then shines it into the lens where the infrared receiver is for the device. The light itself is a pool light for water effects, so it's waterproof in and of itself to a certain degree. It's not submersible, but it should withstand rain or any incidental water. The flashlight itself is built of pressure-treated lumber, so if it gets left in a puddle, it won't be damaged unduly. It has a master switch here that cuts off all power to all the little devices so that if you're storing it, the batteries will remain charged as long as possible. The circuit underneath here that I found out I needed to put in was to prevent the batteries from being discharged too much. If you leave it on overnight, I lost 4 of the nickel metal hydride cells because you can only draw their voltage down so far before they will not be able to be recharged again. This cuts it off at 10.1 volts, so they're about 1 volt apiece, and then it will stop delivering power to any devices, and you can come back and recharge it, and they'll all be saved. So they should last a long time. They advertise on the package about 1,000 recharges. We'll see, but it should be a long time. With a remote control race car charger, you can charge all 10 cells at the same time at the value of 12 volts. It's designed for nickel metal hydride batteries and charges them up pretty quickly, and then you can run out and play with this some more. The children have a good time adding up 1.2 volts times 10 to equal 12, which is slightly beyond what they've practiced in school, but because it's practical and interesting to them, they go ahead and put a little extra effort in and learn something. And it connects the academic presentations they get in school to something that's very real to them and that they use on campouts and various expeditions. It's also just fun to shine the different light shows that it will do. So to cover the features again, it's a 10-watt LED chip on board light with a good lens, water resistant. That's roughly equal to 60 watts of incandescent lighting. So it's more than adequate for most camping, hunting, or astronomy expedition, nature trail type situations. You can turn the power down, which is usually a good idea if you're going on a nature hike or something. You don't want to overly light the trail. Some animals can't even see the red light, so they won't even know that you're coming if you're quiet. And it's good for hunting for the same reason, but astronomy expeditions, sometimes the astronomers will use a red light so they can keep their night vision better. A white light will wash out your night vision quickly. A low level of any one color lets your night vision remain intact. So when you look up into the surrounding area, you still can see as well, and you don't have to readjust your eyes. The military uses green, I've read, though, so you can see more detail with green light, but you can make any of those choices and experiment yourself once you have this device. If you're interested in purchasing one, you can send an email to me at the email address that I'll show at the end, and I can show you how to get one on the eBay store that I have, or I can show you how to just get the parts, and you can put them together yourself. It's easier if you just get the whole kit because they're all right there in a box. But the price for the assembled light is somewhere around $65. It changes from time to time. So if you send me an email, I'll show you what the current prices are as best that I can find them. So it comes with instructions, and you can even watch a video of how it's put together. The last thing that I'll show you is it has a car charger in it for cell phones that I use to run the infrared extender. So you can, in fact, unplug this and charge a tablet or a mobile phone, which might be a very useful feature if you're on a camp out. The other thing here is the connectors. When you unscrew a screw here, you can lift this whole thing up like a car hood, and you can tend to the insides of the flashlight and then put it back down and put the screw in. The connectors come loose so that you don't have to stretch the wiring too far. And that's the review of the 10-watt RGB light. There'll be a little special effect when I switch to the email address. So if you ignore that for a little while, for a few seconds, then you'll be able to see where you can contact me if you wish.